Hi all, welcome to the Ashish Sharma show. I am sorry it's been a long time, since my first video just got caught up. Uh, uh, but I'll promise I'll keep making more videos consistently. Uh, I I was reading, about ghosts of lately, and then I thought maybe I can make a short video. So this is going to be a short video where I would, speak in brief about different type of ghosts across the world, across different cultures. You know, and it's interesting, how the legends have come up and how every of these ghost characters, right, ghostly characters, have different dimensions to their personality. Uh, Obviously, I cannot speak at length, but I'll try and share, few ghosts that I think are interesting and you should know. So let's start. Let's start with the first one. With our own Indian culture, Hindu mythology that speaks about Bhoot. Uh, I'm sure most of you would know Bhoot is nothing but a uh, spirit of a dead person who's not able to move on to next world. The reasons could be multiple: attachment, unfilled desire. Mostly, it's the unfilled desire, uh, unnatural death, a murder or an accident. It is said that a spirit, when a human is born with a defined age, right? Let's say it's XYZ. Let's say some a child is born and he or she is supposed to live up to 80 years. But however, due to some reason, as I said, unnatural death, she dies at the age of 40. So they don't get entry to the spirit world after life, till they spend the rest of the 40 years on earth, and then that's when they move on. But there are booth who spirits who don't get uh, you know salvation that easily, maybe due to the bad deeds, maybe made them there are multiple reasons. Yeah, so this is the first ghost. Second, I would like to speak about debugs. So debugs come from Jewish mythology. uh, Again, these are spirits of dead person who come with past regrets. uh, Most of these debugs, they try to possess you to fulfill their to avenge their regrets, and then once they do that, they move on. I also heard there are few Jewish mystics who allow them to be possessed by these debugs. uh, and there are debugs who might have noble intentions also. And I think there is, I don't know the movie name, but I'm sure there are 2 3 movies that I've watched based on uh, this concept of debug. There is an Indian movie, I think uh, it's made in Kerala, and then there was also dubbed in Hindi, adapted in Hindi by Imran Hashmi. It's on Amazon Prime. Go and watch that movie. It's a really good movie. I suggest watch the original uh, movie, that's made in Kerala. Uh, so this is the second type of ghost. The third ghost I would like to talk about is ifrits. So ifrits are, they are. I mean, they come from Islamic mythology, but it is said that they are demons from hell. They are. I mean, there is also, they say that it could be a spirit of a dead person. Correct me if I'm wrong. And most of them have uh, malicious, intent, where they would want to possess and do harm. I also read there are few ifrits who have, noble cause and good. They are good. Yeah. So this was the third ghost. Fourth ghost I would like to talk about would be Nang Nak. So Nang Nak is a spirit of a lady, and this comes from the Thailand folklore, Thailand culture. So I mean, the legend goes back to the 19th century in the reign of King Rama the Fourth, not Lord Rama, King Rama of Thailand the Fourth. So there was a guy called Mac who married this lady Nak, and Nak got pregnant, and however, Uh, there was a war broke out, and Mac had to, you know, go fight the war with Burma. But then she gave birth to a child, but in that process, the child and Nak, they both died. And that's where, they turned into a spirit. When Mac returned, he saw Nang, Nak, Nak or Nak with the child. But he later realized that, both of them are not humans. They are ghosts, they are spirits. Uh, so he got scared and he ran away to a nearby temple. That's where, Nag got angry and she started terrorizing uh, people around. There was an exorcist called who trapped her in a jar and threw the jar in the sea. After many years, there was a fisherman who found that jar and opened the jar and let go the spirit, Nag Nag, and that's how she started terrifying again. It's said that people in Thailand have a temple dedicated to her to appease her, and also pray that she moves on. Uh, Another kind of, I think the fifth ghost I would like to talk about is Jiangxi. I don't know if I am pronouncing right. Jiangxi, sorry, Jiangxi. So uh, it's a Chinese version of vampire. Usually, the legend says when a person is dead and his soul is not able to exit the body, that's how these Jiangxis are created. I'm so sorry. I'm so terrible at pronunciation. Uh, but yeah, and it said that as opposed to the vampires, in the Western culture where they drink blood, Jiangxis don't drink blood, but they, with their hand, I believe, try to take life out of a human. Usually, if you want to perform exorcism on Jiangxis, it is said that you need to burn their body. Because if you burn their body, the soul will be de-trapped, and the soul will be able to move on to the afterlife. All right. I think the next ghost. I think it's. I mean, it's for me. It's a very terrifying because I've. There's a movie called La Llorona, and that the ghost goes by the same name, La Llorona. This comes from a Mexican folklore, and I think this is widely popular across the globe. And people know about this ghost, right? So it's a ghost of a lady. The legend says there was a couple who, rich couple, and they had two children. Uh, However, one day wife caught her husband cheating, and then she got so angry that she drowned both her kids. Realizing it's a terrible mistake, she herself, drowned in the same water. And however, the sin was so terrifying, she didn't get any entry into afterlife, and she was cursed that she will be wandering on this earth, and that's how the folklore of La Llorona came into being. So this story is mostly for the post colonial time. However, there are few scholars who suggest there were similar verbal stories in tradition during Spanish conquest. So yeah, I mean, I suggest you read more on this on Wikipedia, and you get to know more at length and in detail. Uh, then I think the last ghost I would like to talk about would be Revenant. So this comes from European culture, where it is said that the dead gets alive, gets out from the grave, and the purpose is to complete their intent. For example, to take revenge from the victim's body will rise, and he or she will become a revenant to take revenge from the murderer, likewise. Uh, yeah, I mean, I'm sure there are so many ghostly characters across the globe, across different cultures, and so interesting to read all of, not all of them, but yeah, it's so interesting to keep reading on them, right? Um, for now, these are few chosen ghosts that I would like to speak about. I'm sure in coming videos I'll try and go stand alone on these individual ghost and speak at length. And I promise I would be making more such videos, with consistent pace. Uh, Thank you for listening to the Ashish Sharma show. We try to bring different stories, mysteries, folklores, across the globe, uh, for you. Thank you.